Happy summer! Today we're going to be creating one of those Hello Summer boards. This piece of wood I found in the garage and it was pre-cut to 11 inches wide by 8 inches tall. That worked well for me because of the size of the letters and popsicles that I cut out. I decided to size them just to fit this board. I don't know that the board needs to be any particular size as long as you fit your letters to match whatever your board is. And it doesn't even have to be wood. It could be anything really. I mean, it could be a piece of glass, an old picture frame, some canvas, whatever you have laying around the house. I think honestly cardboard would even work if that's what you have and you just want to make a cute sign for yourself to sit on a mantle or something. So the first thing I did was, as you can see, paint the board white. I actually made several of these and I'll have all the videos up. Probably not with me talking through all of them. I'll just play some music in the background and you can watch the video, but I'll walk you through this first one. So I painted the board white, just using whatever white paint I had laying around. I waited a very, very long time for it to dry. While that was drying, I pulled out the popsicle letters that I had cut out. For these, I merged or melded the letters to the popsicle tops and cut them out because I wanted the white to show through in the back of the popsicle on the other side of the letter. So here I'm using tacky glue. It is original tacky glue, Aleene's original. It worked okay, but it made a mess on my hands, so I actually changed on the next letter. You'll notice I changed to something else. And I decided to glitter my letters because I'm a glitter girl. Love glitter and sparkles, so figured why not. And so here I've got the glitter. I've made a sufficient mess with it, and that was pink glitter for the pink popsicle stick. I tried to get all the glitter back in. Obviously that never happens. Move on to the U, and you can see that I now have pulled out some spray glue because it was easier on my fingers. And I made the mistake on that first letter of spraying the U on top of the cardstock and ruining it. So then I continued to spray all the other letters on that same piece of purple cardstock so I wouldn't ruin all of the cardstock. After you glitter each letter, you just dump the glitter, the unused glitter, right back into the jar and you can keep using it. Because of the type of glitter this is, the holographic glitter, it actually looked more full after I refilled the jar than it did before. I decided to add a second coat of white paint because it just didn't have enough covering for my liking. Here I have not sprayed anything with any sort of adhesive. I'm just placing it on the board to see how it all fits and where I want the letters to go. I cut that hello out with the Cricut machine, although you'll have to refer to my post about Cricut versus Silhouette to see how I really feel about that issue. Here, as you can see, I did not wait for the second coat to dry because I was very impatient and messed up my paint when I tried to place my letters on just to see how they would look. So I've repainted it now, and I still did not wait for it to dry. And when I put the letters on the second time to place them, I still messed up the paint and ended up having to retouch it later on. Although you can't really tell in the video, I don't think. You can tell if you look up close on the board, but honestly, there's so much glitter on this board by the end of it that you don't notice the imperfections in the paint. So after the board is dried with that second or third coat of white paint, I sprayed it with Loctite adhesive, or any spray adhesive would work okay. And I just sprayed the whole board and started sticking my letters on. I did not measure, but I'm not going to say that that was a good idea. That was probably not a good idea, especially if you have any sort of OCD tendencies. I usually would have measured something like this, but it was late and I could not decide on which version of this board that I wanted to make, of this sign that I wanted to make. So I made 4 different versions and I was just getting started here. So I said, let me just wing it and eyeball it, and you know what? It'll come out good enough. So here you can see I've placed all the letters on the glue board, the glued up board, and they did not fit. So I'm pulling them off and repositioning them, all the while messing up my beautiful third coat of white paint. And you can see they still are not even between the letters, but I said it'll be okay. Also, my glue was starting to dry at this point, so I wanted to stick those popsicle stick bottoms on there before the glue completely dried up on me and I had to re-glue. So now I also cut out the bottoms off of the Cricut, and everything is all glued on. I'm dusting off the excess glitter there, tapping it off. And here you'll see I've got my paintbrush and my white paint, and I'm going to touch up the portions that I messed up when I kept repositioning all of my popsicle sticks because I was too impatient to measure before I started sticking things on the board. So if you're a particular type of person, you definitely want to measure and draw out a template before you start sticking your letters all willy-nilly on your sign. So after I have touched up everything, and you'll notice there are kind of glitter flakes everywhere, and I like it. I think it's cute. The glitter flakes all over the place kind of make me think of a melting popsicle. So here I've just decided to epoxy over the entire board, and that was the end of it. I cut myself off, but I did want to add that I sealed the board with a spray epoxy just because it had glitter on it. I did not seal any of the other boards that you can continue to watch the video and see all of the versions that I made in a sped up format. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And if you do decide to make a lovely summer, hello summer sign, make sure you drop a picture in my Facebook group, Fourscore and Craft Some More. See you then.